The sky above the alien planet Zeothora was painted with colors no human eyes had ever seen. Blue and green clouds swirled together like liquid, and strange glowing streaks ran across the horizon. Zeothora was peaceful, its small cities floating above the ground on platforms powered by unknown energy. The alien creatures who lived there, called Zeotharians, were gentle and smart. They had small bodies, big glowing eyes, and delicate hands. Their world was quiet, safe, and calm until that calm was shattered in a single moment. Ethan, a 14-year-old human boy, stood on the edge of a floating platform, his heart pounding. He had never meant to come to Zeothora. He had been part of a small space experiment, testing a new kind of transport pod. One wrong calculation, and he ended up here, far from Earth, surrounded by creatures who were curious about him, but also a little afraid. He had only just begun to understand their world when the first warning came. Red sirens echoed across the cities. A massive shadow darkened the sky. Ethan looked up and saw them. Huge alien warships, black and sharp, descending from the clouds. They were not Zeotharians. These were invaders, strangers with weapons that could destroy everything in minutes. Ethan's stomach sank. He had never fought anyone in his life, but he could not run. He saw a group of young Zeotharians near the platform's edge, frozen in fear. One of them, a girl about his age named Lyra, shouted, "Ethan, help us. They will destroy our city." He swallowed hard. I don't know how," he whispered to himself. But deep inside, he felt something ignite a courage he did not know he had. The warships fired first. Bright beams cut through the floating city, setting platforms on fire. Screams filled the air. Ethan ducked behind a pillar, trying to think. He noticed the pattern of the enemy attacks. They always aimed at the main energy cores of the platforms. He remembered seeing a control panel near the edge of the city, a system the Zeotharians used to regulate the floating platforms. Maybe, Ethan thought. Maybe I can use that. He ran across the burning platform, dodging sparks and falling debris. Lyra followed, her glowing eyes wide with hope. Ethan reached the control panel and studied the buttons. Symbols blinked in strange colors, but some looked like they matched the weapons on the warships. He hesitated. One wrong press, and the city could collapse. But the warship above them was already firing again. There was no time to hesitate. Ethan pressed a glowing blue button. A high-pitched hum filled the air. The nearest warship shuddered. Sparks flew from its engines, and it began to wobble. The Zeotharians cheered. But the celebration was short-lived. More warships appeared, faster and bigger than before. The enemy commander, a massive creature with 6 arms and red glowing eyes, shouted orders that Ethan could not understand, but he knew they meant trouble. Lyra grabbed Ethan's hand. "We need a plan. You can't fight all of them alone." Ethan nodded. He looked around. There were energy shields on the other platforms. If he could redirect the shield's power toward the warships, maybe they could protect the city. He ran from one platform to another, hitting controls, shouting instructions to the frightened Zeotharians. Slowly, the shields rose, creating barriers that blocked some of the enemy beams. But the commander was clever. He sent a small attack squad to destroy the shields. Ethan realized that thinking alone would not be enough. He needed to fight. He picked up a small, alien weapon-y glowing rod that shot energy pulses and aimed at the approaching squad. His pulse raced as he fired. The beam struck the enemy ship, and it exploded in a shower of sparks. Ethan could hardly believe it. He, a human boy, had just destroyed an alien warship. The Zeotharians began to gather around him. Their fear replaced with hope. Ethan's heart swelled. He had never felt like a hero before, but now, surrounded by these strange creatures, he knew he had a purpose. Then came the warning. A larger ship, almost twice the size of the first, appeared on the horizon. The commander's eyes glowed red as he spotted Ethan. He raised his massive weapon. Ethan's hands trembled. He was just a boy. How could he stop this? Lyra squeezed his hand. "We trust you, Ethan. You are the only one who can save us." Ethan took a deep breath. He remembered Earth, remembered his family, remembered the promise he had made to himself. Never give up, no matter what. He nodded. "Then I will stop them." He ran toward the control hub, using every skill he had learned in minutes of chaos. He dodged falling debris, leaped over burning sections, and activated the energy amplifiers. The huge warship shuddered again, its shields failing. The commander roared in anger, sending waves of energy toward Ethan. But he ducked and kept moving. Finally, with one final press of a glowing panel, the warship exploded in a brilliant flash of light. The enemy commander's ship began to retreat. The sky was still filled with smoke and fire, but for the first time, Zithra's citizens could breathe. Lyra ran to Ethan, hugging him tightly. "You did it. You saved us all." Ethan smiled, but he knew it was only the beginning. He looked at the sky, now dimming with the setting sun. "This war is not over," he whispered. Far above, in the darkness of space, the commander watched. Red light glowed in his eyes. "The human boy," he muttered. "He is dangerous. We will return. Stronger." Ethan did not know it yet, but he had become more than a visitor to Zithera. He had become its defender, and his journey, full of danger, courage. And the fight against impossible odds was only beginning. The unexpected war had come, and a human boy, small and ordinary by Earth's standards, was now the hope of an alien planet.